What's this again? Dude, this, what a shot, bro. This is a boss fight, bro. This is actually a boss fight. Everyone, so we're in our final main scenario quest for Final Fantasy 16. So this will be my ending reaction, and also I'll give my thoughts and opinions of this game once we hit the credits, or maybe there's post credits. So once we hit the main menu again, I'm gonna tell all my thoughts because I don't think I'm gonna like create a whole critique video of it. It's gonna take some time to do if I ever do that. We'll see though. I am looking forward to playing Final Fantasy mode because there has been bit of some topics here and there about how the game is easy, and I'm really wondering if Final Fantasy mode really does change that with its difficulty. And so I might just make a whole separate video just talking about that difficulty itself, along with there's another difficulty after Final Fantasy mode, and it's within arcade mode. I think it's called Ultimaniac mode or something like that. It's basically another harder difficulty, so I'm looking forward to that, and I might make a separate video. But for now, let's finally hop into FF16 because I've been looking forward to beating this game. I'm really curious with its story. It's called Back to the Origin. But I also want to say before we start everything, oh yeah, by the way, I am kind of decked out with the gear I have. So I have obviously the one of the strong weapons. Not the apparently the Ultima weapon is in the next playthrough. And then I have the gold rarity belt Ouroboros, and I'm using the Founder's Grasp because I mean I do have this as well. It is this is also good, but they're very similar with its stats, and you know I just decided to use this because you get way more health. You get 50 health for this, so I was like, why not? But yeah, so I did all the hunts. I did all the side quests, and what else? I pretty much got all, like, I pretty much did everything that I needed to do. I do plan on doing a platinum for this game. I think I have 6 more trophies or 5 more trophies to go or something like that. And then we're set. It's honestly sad to see this game kind of end because I actually do want more of it, you know? Despite how I feel about certain things of the game, again, which I'll talk about later on. But yeah, let's just hop into it. And sorry about that. I had to tweak my video settings because I am running on new settings for my OBS, so my apologies. This is my first time. Normally I stream when I'm like doing my ending reactions, you could say, my playthroughs. But this is the first time I'm really like fully committed on just recording, and also I want to provide the best quality for the ending reaction because these games, especially with FF16, their quality, like in their cutscenes and in their gameplay, is top notch, and I just have to capture it for you guys. Even seeing it on video, it doesn't do much. It doesn't look as great. You have to just see it natively on your monitor or on your TV, because that's how well this game is. But I also want to say that I am also playing on HDR. I will not be uploading this video on HDR. Oh, so it goes to... Oh, you max out level 7. Oh, okay, nice. I'm surprised you don't get no trophy for that. But I was about to say I am playing on HDR, but the video would not be on HDR. So what you guys are seeing is like a tone mapping of it on the SDR mode, which is the, you know, the quality without HDR. But on my end, I'm playing on HDR, so the colors may look weird on your guys' end. So I did my best to sort of filter out the weird color scheme and try to make it accurate to the game. So my apologies, but you know, doing this whole HDR footage thing, it's not gonna be like a permanent thing. This is only just for my first playthrough experience. But all right, let's actually start this because I am curious on this ending. And by the way, I do want to talk about the side quests. Jeez, man, like the last batch of side quests, they're very... I'm not as emotional when it comes to gaming, but damn, man, this is the second game in a row already where I'm like tearing up, and these are just side quests, you know? So I'm glad that I did all the side quests. It was actually worth in the end. There was slow build up, but it was, again, worth in the end to see. Because also, by the way, for those who don't know, I had my whole Tears of the Kingdom adventure last month, and that game was tearing me up as well. Like, you know, it's just like, man, I'm just flooding with all these emotions with these games. But all right, I gotta stop talking. We just gotta get right to it. So if I'm quiet in certain cutscenes, my apologies. I'm just locked in. All right, trying to know the story and all that. All right, everyone's grouped up. Yeah, if you do hear echoes from my mic, I'm not wearing my headset, so my apologies. I may not be aware sometimes. I'll do my best to mute my mic though, if there is echoes.
Clive, if you see me dad up there, tell him we were right to leave his legacy with you.
Damn, this is really it.
Tell him he'll be in the front row. There's no way he'd miss this. Well, behave yourself, mate.
We'll see.
He's like, what? Love me? Dude, Dion is so cool, man. I played Dragoon in FF14.
You're in charge now,
So it's nice to see how cool the Dragoons are in this game.
And what does Taya have to say about that? Come back before she finds out, eh?
Oh, bro, they're gonna make me sad, bro. We're actually saying goodbye to everyone.
I'm sorry.
Your Grace, I shall pray for your safe return.
That's kind of you. But you should pray he took his medicine.
Oh, what?
He spent all night finding herbs for his lordship to leave them
She's
on
always
his
on.
nightstand
She's always on him on
again.
about his medicine. It's hilarious.
Lady Taya. And thank you.
See that your brother comes back in one piece. Or, at most, two. Any more and you can heal him yourself.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, there's nothing to say that hasn't already been said. But that's never stopped me before, so just you do what needs doing. And don't worry about us.
We'll do our best, Uncle.
That we will.
If that is all?
Not quite.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta say bye to Jill. Gotta say goodbye to Jill and Torgal.
Jill.
It's time, isn't it?
It is.
Best
Take
boy.
care of him. And you. You take care of her too, boy.
Dude, that Torgal side quest though, I was like, I can't, man, with this game.
Don't forget, Clive. We all choose our own path. Believe in yours. I do.
They got the classic Final Fantasy music.
I'll be back. I promise. I love you, Jill.
I'm gonna bawl my eyes out now. this game. I actually do love the romance between them.
I love you too.
It's like it's very genuine. And it's so funny because Yoshi P is like, yeah, I had a hard time writing up the romance, or like, he had a hard time. And then they got as Jill and Clive.
No. We have a god to kill.
Oh, what's crazy about these cutscenes too, or like just everything of this game, Square Enix did not rely on CG. Or did. Dude, are they on Bahamut? They literally just jump off. Oh no, damn, that's a good shot, bro. Dude, this just makes me scared to see the ending. Like, what's really gonna happen? But I was gonna say, like, this game did not use any CG, and I thought they did. But it makes sense because, like, in these very detailed cutscenes like this, I thought it was CG. But then you realize, like, oh wait, that's my in-game weapon, and it shows on the cutscene, and it shows like any of your gear basically, or like at least your weapon. So all the cutscenes use the in-game engine, and this was all confirmed by Digital Foundry. I was super surprised. Oh snap! Are we gonna start shooting up with Bahamut now? Hmm? This is crazy. This is some Star Fox shit. Look at that, doing the barrel roll. What? With Bahamut? Going ham already. No, I forgot to get my water bottle. I might have to pause the game and get my water real quick. Oh god, it's so bright. I forgot. See, that's the problem with HDR. They can't just do that. Put a whole white screen and that flashes on you like that? Hell no. That's literally one of my criticisms of this. The HDR looks so good visually, but when they're flashing stuff at you, it's the worst thing to have on.
So this is Origin.
A far cry from heaven.
Is this like a whole dungeon?
Where it all began. Where it all begins. Our ark. Your architect.
There you are.
It was here that we slumbered. Here that we waited for centuries, clinging to our decrepit shell, for fear that we might have need of it once again. But you have come at last. And now we shall be truly complete.
Well, there's 3 of us and 1 of him. Let's make it count.
We're just getting right into it, huh?
Dominance. We will show you what it means to suffer.
He has his own version? I mean, it makes sense. I mean, when we were fighting him too. Oh, okay. Ifrit, Phoenix, Bahamut. Oh, wow. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of expected like a little dungeon before a boss fight, but I'll take this. We're just getting right into the action. What the fuck? Damn. Double check my audio. Gotta pay attention though. Gotta lock in. Hold up. You know, it's so cool to always like see these all the summons go at it. This is crazy. This is like Final Fantasy CG movie quality. Oh god. You know what sucks? That people are trying to do a no damage run. They are forced to take all this damage. So cool to see. Dude, we did barely any damage. We're getting got. All right, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Hold up. We'll teach him. Come on. Oh, Dion want all the smoke, bro. The fact that he's tanking it. Hold up. Let me hit that fire Rasengan. Oh, he's holding us. Oh, my eyes. It sucks that they're gonna do all these moves, but it ain't enough. Or will it be enough? Oh, they got him. Go with that triangular offense. Oh, that was so cool. I love that transition. Try disaster. Oh, we won! I didn't have to do anything. Jeez.
And you only surrendered. This unpleasantness could have been avoided.
See, I already knew it, man. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is Sanbreque. I forgot. The Empire, Sanbreque. I was like, why do I see like a whole city here? Who? I wonder what happened to the people. See, look at his one-winged angel Ifrit. That's how you know we're playing Final Fantasy. What is he doing?
Go! Save your brother!
No! This is my best character in the game. Like the effects of this game is just so cool to see. I always love the Square Enix's like or SquareSoft's CG since I was a kid. It's always been so cool. While I'm being blinded by it, I don't care. This is amazing to see. Oh, let us control Dion. Oh. Okay.
Now, Father, it is done.
No. Damn, dude. Dang, I'm sad now. I actually didn't want him to die.
Clive! Clive! No. Thank the Founder.
Hold up, before we start, I need my water now. Okay, I'll be back. Give me a second. Sorry about that. So what's going on, like, right now? Like, we're just...
Did I mention you look terrible?
Yes, thanks.
That makes two of us.
You have a whole crystal in your chest, though. Oh my god, it looks like it's spreading badly.
And Dion.
Excuse me. Yeah, the crystal in his chest don't look good. I was about to say, like,
Take my hand.
are we actually doing like a little dungeon and then final boss? Yeah, that crystal's not looking... Oh god, man. It's looking bad.
Come on.
It's like mutating his chest. He's literally able to tank it because of the Phoenix, I assume. I think by biologically, like, he could regen, maybe? And it's why he survived against the Ifrit attack in the prologue? That's what I assume. I could be completely wrong, so please comment down below. When I be... Oh.
Sorry about Dion.
Don't be. Please.
The lighting looks so good here.
Did what he had to do.
And it's time we did the same.
Also, like... Oh.
Should we stop?
Not because of the cough. No, I think we're past that, Clive.
He's like, come on now. That happened way too many times at this point. But yeah, I'm wondering, like, for those who are watching this video, if you're new to the series, please comment down below. I would love to hear you guys' opinion so far about this game if you ever played it, or at least the demo.
We're close, aren't we?
It seems that way. But I don't want to think what could be waiting for us in there.
Then think instead of those waiting for us at home.
But if you're a hardcore fan, I'm not really a hardcore fan to the series. Dude, why? Chill with the light. If you're a hardcore fan to the series, I also want to know how you really feel about this game from beginning to end. Because again, I'm not big on Final Fantasy. Kingdom Hearts was basically my Final Fantasy when I was young, and then I got into Final Fantasy.
Clive.
What is this? All the dominant, I mean the icons. They are crystallized.
They can't be.
But they are. This is the Nexus.
I was about to say, this was like some Spider-Man web dimension shit.
Yours and ours. As we watch the world stumble slowly to its dark end, it was here we pledged a new beginning. And now, with the ether we have harvested, I shall raise my kin from their eternal slumber. That together we may usher in a new age of reason.
This was never about creation. Only self-preservation. You condemned an entire world so that you alone might escape death.
Alone. Him. Alone. Clive. I think I understand. He...
Oh wait, are these like different Ifrits? From past dominance?
They sacrificed their flesh to become beating hearts of crystal that pumped the land's lifeblood from the depths of the earth unto this very chamber. And thus would they labor still, long after their work was done, had you not set them free.
You meant for us to destroy the Mother Crystals. It's what you wanted all along.
You have our gratitude, Mythos.
Damn.
In this you have served us well. You have both served us well.
Well, I mean, like, I hate to pause. I mean, that makes sense. I'm not surprised on it. I did have a feeling. Especially how he's just lurking and always seeing us buy the Mother Crystals all the time. So...
Welcome home, brother.
Joshua.
I thought it was me, but it wasn't my grasp that grew weaker. It was theirs that grew stronger.
Joshua!
No, ain't no way he's gone like that. Ain't no way. Not now.
And now we can become one.
Wait.
Clive.
Don't speak. Shh. Shh.
The one possessed of the destructive flames of Ifrit. And the healing flames of the Phoenix. This, I once believed, would be Ultima's true form. But I was wrong. I see it now.
It's to stop him?
Why you will never become Ultima's vessel.
I don't care. Just hold on.
Listen to me, Clive. You remember the murals? People once knew that Ultima was their god. That he created them. And they worshipped him, prayed to him, looked to him for guidance.
In vain.
In vain. For he did not listen, did not acknowledge our will, and so we strayed from his path to forge one of our own. So absorbed was he in his own desires, so driven by his own will alone, that he shunned the one thing that could have made him truly powerful. Faith. The same faith people now place in you. Faith that you will fulfill their dream, Sid's dream, of creating a better world for us. Faith that you will follow in Father's footsteps and save those who need saving most. Faith that you will answer Jill's plea to save yourself. The difference is, Clive, that you chose to listen, and that is what has steeled our bonds. Bonds that helped you stand firm when Ultima's pull was at its strongest. His power may be absolute, but so is ours. And so will yours be. With my light in your heart, not even a god might stop us.
Joshua! Don't do it, you'll...
Enough, Clive. My body is too far gone. If the wound does not take me, the curse will.
This is like very sad.
To call you my shield.
And it's a very beautiful scene.
It is the world that needs you. Thank you, Clive. For being my brother. Look at me, Joshua.
Open your eyes! Open your eyes, Damien! Why? Why did you do this?
It's crazy.
Joshua.
From the beginning we've seen this, and now in the end. But for Joshua's about his brother though.
Joshua!
Bro, this is so sad seeing this. Clive re-experiencing it once again though, man.
And thus does the final piece fall into place. The incantation.
Oh, this was hell of Final Fantasy. Ain't no way.
One task remains. To empty the vessel.
This boy, he looks like Sephiroth for a second. What the hell? They gotta stop flashing me with all this brightness, bro. I have to look away. That was so unnecessary to have that white light for like what, 5 seconds? Sorry if I keep complaining about it, but literally it's damaging my eyes.
Still here. With me to the end.
Even now, you would deny the inevitable.
As we always have. And always will.
Here we go.
On this, my sword, I swear, to shield the Firebird's flame forevermore.
I am in. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. I am in a new controller, so it does feel. What is going on? Oh, okay. Char got out, obviously. It does feel a little bit weird since it's brand new. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot my potions. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I dodged 2 times. You're lucky these cutscenes are saving you, bro.
Centuries have I waited for this moment. This moment in which I might revel in my creation, only to find it profaned and sown. It must be cleansed. Unexpected. How is it that your will yet it endures.
Because it's not so easily broken.
But it can be broken. And I shall see it so. For such is my will.
Ultima. Dude, I dodged like all of that. I'm surprised. Meteors. Oh god. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Did not expect that. It's like impossible.
I sense more here than mere will. Is this Logos? Have you truly become free?
Free will, baby.
No, I forbid it.
Impossible.
You are not a god. You are but flesh and bone. You are not one of us.
In denial. His will is breaking.
I created you, all of you. And what is mine is mine to destroy.
This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
But we are no longer yours. Our flames are our own, and they burn as one.
Hold up. Hold up. Literally let him cook. Hold up.
Have you learned nothing? Damned is the slave who will turn the spirit upon his master.
Okay, this is personal now. He is saying wild shit I don't like hearing. Can I do, Oh, I don't think I could do magic burst. Oh, never mind, I could. Oh, I can't watch that. Okay. I like the music. This is like, is this also classic like FF music too? It's like, feels like it. Sounds like it, you know? It's the vibe I'm getting. Oh wait, why did I teleport away? My god. Oh. Wait. Why did I teleport? I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to teleport, like, back up, but that didn't work. Oh, I don't like this move. Okay. This is just crazy, man. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Let's go. What? Oh, he gotta do a second one? Oh, a third one? These cutscenes, man. I was putting in the work. Okay, that wasn't too long. Oh my god, he got a whole... Press the attack! What? Oh god, this is bad. I can't even see where he's at. I'm just like... I'm just hoping I'm hitting the right area. Oh, my video settings are violent right now. Oh, I messed up. Oh, dude. "30 seconds? Hopefully this works. Okay, we're almost there. Okay. What is... Oh my god, all these beams, bro. Let's go! Oh! That's gonna be a problem in Final Fantasy mode, honestly. I can already sense it. Bro, I keep getting caught in that. Dude, this is just trippy to see, man. Oh my god. I'm just looking at lights, bro. Where you at? Ultima Risen, wow. That's his name. Dude, that instant transmission to that Kamehameha, I don't like that move. God, dude. Let's go. Nope. This is it. Get out of here. Come on. Woo! No, wait. Come on. You gotta die. There's gonna be more phases, huh?
How is this possible?
Is he actually erased? This is, dude, the video's gonna look so funny because I keep turning away.
No. 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 My will is inviolable. Something is wrong.
You're afraid. You always have been.
Ooh.
From the moment the Blight exposed what you were, weak, you conceived us to prove otherwise. But the result shook you to the core. For in us you saw yourself, and realized we had the potential to be more than you could ever be. And so you turned your back on your creation. Your back on the world, like the coward you are.
You think you know me? You know nothing, Logos. Nothing.
Yep, I knew it. He wasn't gonna go down that easily. I already know. Yay, there's more! I don't like what I'm seeing.
Bathed
music.
in light, I stand above you, my rebirth complete. And you, for your defiance.
That's
shall
actually
pay
pretty
for
cool. That's a
us.
really cool design of
An
Ultima.
eternity of anguish.
It's nice to not see his ugly face.
Pain, suffering, you have known none of these. But we have. So we know what they grant. They bring us together. And that makes us strong.
I will be done.
He got a whole freaking... Oh, that's a Titan's arm. I was about to say, like, that's a whole devil arm from Devil May Cry. He really just blocked me, huh? Bro, get me out of that. Good call. Good thing I did that. Got all the moves from the icons. That's cool. Dang, I was trying to go forward. Hold on! Did I hear? Did I just? Did we just hear a gap? Oh come on! I played Budokai back then. Wait, was that Sid? I didn't hear I was talking.
Titan!
What's this again? Oh, I didn't know, man. Oh boy, he got Odin now. Oh no. I'm like too slow to follow up. Oh, I was trying to like go down, but I kept like doing a hop. I did a stagger. What? Did he get saved by the cutscene? Oh my! Another Kamehameha. Hold up! Hold up! We cooking too.
That's my boy.
This is too hot, man. This is crazy.
Darkness unending.
He's gonna go crazy with Odin now.
Odin.
Here we go. Dude, this, what a shot, bro. This is a shot.
No, mine is the altar at which you pray. Mine are the eyes that look down.
His limit break. Oh boy.
And yet still you cannot see. You are no better than us. We are one and the same.
Here we go. Damn. This is a boss fight, bro. This is actually a boss fight. This is cinema also. Hold up. What we do? What's the plan? What's the plan? What is the plan? I keep forgetting that like I really gotta be out of that circle for like really for good. Oh, he has a crystal in the middle too.
So sure of your place atop the world, you refuse to acknowledge those below. You chose to remain alone. And so you shunned the one thing that could have made you stronger. Pushed away the hands that could have raised you higher.
I do not need you or anyone.
And that is where we are different. I could not have made it here on my own. I carry with me the hopes and dreams of my brothers, my sisters. And it is they who will give me the strength to end your reign. I cannot end.
Die! Is that over yet? They said it.
The only fantasy here is yours. And we shall be its final witness.
Love it. That was so good.
It's over.
This is some Dragon Ball Z shit. Oh, that I love it. What was it? 900,999 or something like that? 999,000, I mean. Oh, man. That was such a good fight.
Tell me, what do you imagine will befall this world? now that you have gained your precious freedom?
I honestly don't know. But I doubt it will be pretty. A sorry tale of sin and suffering, hardship and pain.
And it was for this that you fought so fiercely? Why?
It's who we are. We fight. We survive. We endure. We don't need a reason. We are imperfect creatures. When we stumble, we reach for a shoulder to lean on. When we
Preach.
fall, we stand back up.
Preach.
We see the horizon, ever out of reach, and still we march on. Certain the answers lie just beyond it. Because that is our way.
My congratulations. Relish this victory, knowing that you have but delayed the inevitable.
You still on that?
Your world is already dead. May you enjoy an eternity on its blackened husk.
Hold up, is Clive gonna be God now? He really absorbing his powers casually. They keep doing this. Hold up. I should have just wear my gamer glasses for this. It's back here. Is he gonna try to revive his brother? Or maybe not. It's another cutscene from their childhood. I'm about to cry. I hate it. This is when he became officially his shield. I need to mute my phone. Sorry if you heard that. That was when they were kids. It's a flashback to a flashback. I mean, infant Joshua, kid Clive. Wait, is he actually doing it? Hold up, Clive. What we doing here? Oh, we fully healed his wound? For him in general?
It seems Ultima's power was too great for this vessel all along. But while I have it, perhaps I can use it to set things right. And see Ultima's legacy. Bearers, dominance, crystals, magic, consigned to the flames. Even if it means the end of me. These are our terms.
Oh, now you don't. I was expecting like a whole bright white screen. Instead, it just faded into black. Well, how they could have done that to every other scene, honestly. Would have loved that. Very last crystal is gone. But there's still the floating island of Sandbreck. Wait, what? Wait! It's gonna end like this? That's Clive. Oh, hopefully I don't get copyright. Where'd he end up at? Is he still in... Oh man, he's being crystallized. Oh no, dude.
Can he say it?
going on here? Oh, the baby.
Aren't you the most beautiful thing?
He is, isn't he?
What are you gonna call him?
Let me see, let me see. Oh, read little one. Got a smile for your Uncle Gav.
Not so loud, you burp.
What? I was only...
Shh, you're scaring him.
It's all right.
I feel so sorry for Jill. I love Jill in this game. Oh, and Torgal too. Stop, man. Bro. Star faded out. What does that mean?
A sky of scattered tears, 1,000 years apart.
Yeah, is that symbolizing his death?
If you need a rest, I can take him.
I'll hold you to that.
The world's yours now. Yours to do with as you please. That's what Sid wanted. That's what they both wanted.
Yeah, this scene is important too because one leaves and one is born again.
And thus did our journey end.
No! Was Joshua actually dead or did he actually survive? Bro, ain't no way, what? Oh man, this ending, I have to take it in. Like, I need to look through it again and look back. Wow, I don't want to say anything about the ending other than like, I feel like with how very open-ended in a way, it's not necessarily open-ended with this ending, but with how they close it, I feel like there might be DLC of some sort. I have a feeling. For those who don't know how Square Enix does this, for example, with I feel like they're gonna go to routes with like how DMC does their DLC and also potentially like Kingdom Hearts, where Kingdom Hearts, for example, with 3, they dropped a DLC called Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC, and it pretty much continued the story from where they left off in the base game, and they put in a lot of new content, kind of revamped a little bit of the combat, and gave challenging modes or like difficulty fights in the Remind DLC. So I feel like 16 is going that direction. Again, this may be a complaint to some people, like, oh, I wish I had the quote-unquote full ending, but again, this is all, I'm just theorizing like what they could potentially do. I feel like there's going to be a DLC. I want more of this game. There were so many good moments in this game. Like, I feel like hey, give me some DLC. Like, that's just me though, but I really need to sink in the ending. I did not honestly expect that sort of ending. Like, to be honest with you. So, but overall, I think the story of 16 is is really good. Like, this is straight up cinema. Like, very good on the cutscene direction, like with their scenarios. I love the performance from all the actors. I love all the characters as well. Like, I don't think I found any really annoying character. They were just all really good. And I love all the genuine relationships between them. So that's how I generally... Oh, wait, hold up. The credits stopped rolling. Let's see. Wait. Oh, okay, never mind. We're going through this whole big credits. Yeah, so typically in my videos, this is where I give like my full-on thoughts of the game. And I'm not going to talk about story because maybe there might be a post-credit I'll talk about more. We'll see. But overall, I think the story of 16 is well done. I have a feeling that, like, because I haven't really looked into everyone's opinions about the story, so I feel like this ending is also gonna be divisive. I mean, this whole game already was divisive. What people thought of it and how and what they experienced, and I understand some certain aspects. Like, for example, like with side quests, I felt like side quests definitely could have been better. The side quests could have like. I was honestly expecting, with this game actually to have the same level design, or I mean, obviously there's gonna be some open areas to roam around and whatsoever, but I was honestly expecting like a DMC sort of level design with their maps, but they actually somewhat brought in pretty much like a medium to compact like map, and their map design was really well like done. I actually liked a lot of their maps, and the detail to their environments are really well thought out and done. I really thought we're just gonna have a very straightforward Final Fantasy game that will have a DMC level design, or at least have some certain game loop. But instead, like, they kind of brought us their own version of The Witcher 3 to be exact. I saw so many... I keep sounding like a broken record because in my first impressions video, I talked about how this game reminds me of The Witcher so much, and I'm gonna say it again. I apologize if I sound annoying at this point, and I hate comparing games, but that's what I generally felt like. And this was like a whole... this is a whole compliment to this game, because I love The Witcher 3, and I put The Witcher 3 at such a high standard of like what an open world should, a story driven open world game should be, and or like just with story overall, especially if you're doing the RPG stuff at hand. And this game, there's a lot of elements that are very similar to The Witcher, but their side quest design was, or just overall their quest design wasn't the same. And what I mean by that, for those who don't know, when it comes to the Witcher games, or even with Cyberpunk, CD Projekt Red is really good at their craft when it comes to quest design. And it's because they constantly make your story decisions, whether you are in side quests, whether you are in main quest, affect both. They affect your world. They do it so detailed to the fact where everything sort of matters. Your decision making, the way you approach things to your quest, it's so well thought out. And I was hoping to... Hold up, this music's good. Hear this out. Very calming. Yeah, like with CD Projekt Red, they really make their quest design really thought out. Like, every decision matters on what you do in the game, literally. And I was hoping we kind of have that, because like literally the first map you go to, or one of the first maps you go to, is the swamps. And in The Witcher 3, that was like one of like the biggest areas in the game where a lot of crazy stuff happens right in beginning, or like your first 20 hours of the game in The Witcher 3. So I was sort of like expecting that sort of introduction where like, oh yeah, this is gonna be crazy with its quests, you're gonna go through stuff. And by the way, there was crazy side quests to experience, but the thing is, it did sort of lack on its like where you could, as a player, have the decision to make these certain things in the game. So I sort of wish I had that, but nonetheless, like, the quests were very straightforward and they didn't really waste your time. And I said this in the beginning of my first impressions video that yes, this game has a lot of story than gameplay, and I still stick on that because it's just honestly missing a gameplay loop. I know that they wanted to create this game and be very straightforward and appeal to a different audience. I mean, they were still trying to appeal to obviously the hardcore Final Fantasy fans or the OG FF fans, but yeah, this game was very straightforward. You rarely had to grind out stuff. The only gameplay loop you really had was hunts, and again, those are very quick, straightforward, and that comes back to the discussion about difficulty. And I do agree with some people how the game is easy, but again, like, you could also argue that FF games are not really meant, these are not the type of games you expect challenge, especially in the past of just any RPG game. You grind out these so the game gets easier for you. And I know this is such a heavily action-based game to have, so yes, having difficulty would be a benefit, especially for those who are new to the franchise and coming in thinking, oh, we're gonna have some great gameplay. I wish they did actually have at least difficulty options at the start. I'm not gonna say that this game should have Final Fantasy mode at the start because it's specifically designed for New Game Plus. But if they were to add difficulty options in for your first playthrough, you would literally have to they would literally have to redesign their whole hard mode again for your first playthrough. I did see in the Easy Allies video, the devs literally said that, yeah, the game is easy on your first playthrough because they just want you to focus on story, and I think that's completely fine. I respect it. Since this is a game catered to a different audience, or like especially to the Western audience that wants some challenge in games, or like just you could tell that this game is really catered to and they also emphasizes a lot, like they're trying to cater to different audiences. You should add like these difficulty options at least, you know? I just think like some criticism is just isn't fair to this game, especially like you got to realize this game was also made during COVID, and I honestly feel like COVID had some interference with this game. But it's also the fact that this is the same team that's also developing new content for an MMO, Final Fantasy XIV, like during their dev cycle for this game. So that not only they were working on new content for Endwalker, or like probably other content as well for Final Fantasy XIV, but they were also dealing with COVID. And I feel like personally the first half of the game it's really slow. Whether or not it's purposely like that, they want it for it to be like that. It just, I'm not saying that it didn't feel like completely, like it just didn't feel completely finished. It felt a bit empty in the first half, I'm not gonna lie. Even though obviously that wasn't the case, there's still like content there, but compared to the second half, I felt second half of the game was really polished. Like things open up a lot more. There's a lot of there's much more of a gameplay loop. There's more things and there's more gameplay related things in your quest compared to the first half, where it's very, very straightforward. Just going to point A, point B, talk to this person, that, and then just do main quest, and that was really it. There was really nothing of that, you know? So like the first half and then like the second half of the game, they were really different, and a lot of people criticized that they didn't love the second half because of how it wasn't necessarily like the storytelling wasn't grounded anymore, you could say, because of how there was just crazy stuff. But like it works for these sort of games. Like you want to see the crazy stuff. That's like if they were to have like grounded gameplay, we wouldn't have the best boss fights ever for this game. And it just makes sense because like these are dominants, like these are summons, icons, right? Like these are mythical beings taking over the world. It's bound to happen with these sort of stuff. It just makes sense. But yeah, I just personally feel the second half I really dig the second half of the game, and especially when it comes to like the quote unquote gameplay loop. I know there really was none, but that's how it really felt like. And also the little details in the second half where, like, for example, Joshua would interact with the certain quests that you would have, and what you're doing in these certain, like, activities. He would react on, like, what's happening around us, right? Compared to the first half where, yeah, Jill was with us during the side quest, but, like, they treated her, like, as if she wasn't there, you know? And I felt like, yeah, I was probably supposed to progress through the game without Jill. Like, I'm supposed to progress more of the main scenario quest, and during the main scenario quest, that's when you kind of part ways with Jill in the first half. So maybe that's what they were thinking, but at the same time, they should have considered these variants, like, especially if you're having Jill around with your party and doing side quests. It just didn't feel immersive. There were certain things in this game where it just didn't feel as immersive with story. And like I said, I would really love to see Final Fantasy have a similar quest design just like The Witcher 3, especially if they're really focusing on a lot of story. I felt like people would have really felt satisfied, especially doing a second playthrough or even a third playthrough, to see these experience and see these different scenarios depending on the decisions that they do. Because with The Witcher 3, they do that, like, I beat that, like, at least 2 times already, or maybe 3, and that's like a 100-hour game with the base game itself, not including the expansion. So, like, in the expansion is like another, like, 50 hours or so. So I would love to see that in a future Final Fantasy game, you know? Because I felt like this was the game that could have done it, but they didn't bother to, because a lot of money was spent for, like, it seemed like a lot of money was spent for, like, its main scenario quests or boss fights, obviously, and their combat, more than any other content itself. And I really do wish there was, like, a gameplay loop, things to actually grind for. Because with how good the gameplay is, I wouldn't mind. I honestly wouldn't mind it. I think grinding becomes a problem when your game heavily relies on it for its content. But with this game, with 70 hours of content overall, I think adding some gameplay loop would be nice, because doing the hunts was incredibly fun to do. I'm really wondering if they're really gonna push forward with this game still and do DLC. But if anything, this was a very solid game. Definitely one of my top games of this year, and especially, like, I hope it wins something for Game of the Year, right? Like for the Game Awards. I know Tears of the Kingdom, like, honestly, like, if I were to be honest with you, Tears of the Kingdom probably still #1 for Game of the Year, but this game could literally win, like, probably Action Game of the Year. And I do want to talk about the RPG elements. I felt like they could have done RPG stuff with this game. A lot of, like, with its combat. So I was surprised that they didn't really do that at all, because I realized the lack of RPG elements right off, like, probably my 8th hour or my 5th hour of the game, because I kept always charging up and casting my magic to, like, Eroga or Firaga on, like, bugs or plants and, like, enemies, and I realized they weren't really being affected. They weren't getting one shot or whatever. And I realized, like, oh, they're just really focusing on its combat, which is honestly fine. I don't mind, but I think would be nice. I think it's a missed opportunity, not just its lack of RPG elements, but it's like it's a missed opportunity that you can't even grind out different armor sets and see Clive wear them. Just similar to how The Witcher 3 does it, you know. It was cool in The Witcher 3 where you're able to explore these lands, and find your gear, right? Like, Geralt basically goes to these, like, sometimes dungeons, sometimes these abandoned areas, and then there's, like, treasure chests of like rare loot, or sometimes you find, like, these blueprints to craft these new weapons or gear. I felt like that was like a missed opportunity for Clive to have different gear. I know it was gonna take a lot of work. It would have been fun doing that. That would add more of a gameplay loop and be enjoyable to have, to something to grind for and see. But you know, it is what it is. I love what I love about this game, that it's very straightforward. Like it really just takes you to point A to point C like quickly. And I do like how there's no like gimmicky stuff to do, or at least gimmicky side content. My big criticism of Kingdom Hearts 3 and also the Final Fantasy VII Remake is that there are certain stuff in the game that are just not fun to do, and it just feels like a checklist from the dev team that they just had to do, you know? Like, if you're not gonna, like, here's the thing with me, is that if you're not gonna create something fun or engaging, right, for players to do, don't even bother putting it in. That's really it. Some side content of like the gimmicky stuff was fun, but like the other half for KH3 and Final Fantasy VII Remake was just not fun at all. Like, for example, it's hard for me to replay Final Fantasy VII Remake because of not just with its story and how long it is, because you're constantly going through so much dialogue and a lot of walking and talking as well. But it's also the fact that, like, there's a segment with Aerith where you're going through the crane, like, you're going through the tunnel and then you have to do the crane stuff. That's just not fun, and it takes so much time. Like, they make you do it about, like, 3 times or 4, I forgot. It was just, I remember I was so annoyed when I was trying to platinum that game. At least with here, it's straight to the point, just hop in, just fight, and I love the combat, and I wish there was just more of it. Like, and especially, like I said, I just wanted a gameplay loop. But solid game, man. Like, especially, I felt like this was the game that truly felt next gen. God of War couldn't do it because, like, Ragnarok could not do that because they still had to focus on designing the game for the last generation, which was for the PS4. And same way when it comes to Spider-Man Miles Morales. So this was basically I mean, Ratchet & Clank was able to fully utilize it, but that was like a 10-hour game. But here, this is a 70-hour game. You see, like, the game, like I said, the game does not rely on CGI. What you're seeing is in-game graphics or the in-game engine. And it looks so well done. Like, there's a reason why, like, when I look more into the tech of what Digital Foundry says, I'm like, okay, it makes a lot more sense why this game struggles to be on 60, or why it runs on 40, and why it's just better to run on 30, which is the quality mode, the graphics mode, you could say. But, like, honestly, the performance of the game really didn't bother me, especially like when they put you in battles, they try to put you on 60 frames, so I really didn't mind it at all. And again, like I said, like in my first impressions, people who are complaining about 720p downscaling are those who don't actually play the game. Like, it's not noticeable. And I know there's an unstable frame rate when you play on performance mode, but again, it's not as bad, especially like if you play your first few hours on graphics mode and get used to that. I know people shouldn't have to, like, psychologically condition themselves just to play a certain way, but it's really not as bad, personally, for me. I would also love to see this game utilize the 120 Hz, since PS5 has that. I hope in the future they do that, at least do like a 40 FPS optimization for the game. For those who don't know, Ratchet & Clank, and I think also Spider-Man, did that for their PS5 versions, and it puts a stable 40 FPS and maintains graphic fidelity when using 120 Hz. So I hope they actually apply this for FF16. Hopefully this isn't the end for Square Enix, because typically, I mean, like, when it comes to like these games, because typically with Square Enix games, like, since KH3, they sort of just, once they're done with it, like, it's good that these games, they don't have bugs on release. FF7R, from what I remember, and KH3, and including this game, I didn't deal with game-changing bug crashes whatsoever. Didn't deal with any sort of bugs. So throughout my whole playthrough, the only thing I had a problem with, and it was a really weird little, it wasn't, I wouldn't even say a bug. I felt like the game had a hard time loading, because when you're looking at the letters in the hideaway, my game would sort of freeze. Like I wouldn't be able to press any button until a certain period, like probably after 20 seconds or 15, and then the game would resume. It would freeze for some reason, and then it would resume. I would be able to get back in the game like nothing happened. I'm like, oh, okay. So that was like the only problem, but other than that, like I haven't dealt with any crazy bugs with the game. So that's really good, because a lot of game releases this year and even last year have been horrible. They have been absolutely horrible. So God of War Ragnarok has been really good with optimization and including this game, Final Fantasy 16. So again, performance was not bad, and you're not gonna notice the downscale. Maybe you may notice the downscale. I honestly can't see it, and honestly, I tried to see the big difference with graphic fidelity of the, like the graphics mode of the game, and then with performance. The graphics are basically the same. I saw no big changes. There might be like during performance mode, maybe there's pop-ins here and there, but again, it's not something where I'm like, oh, the game is horrible. You know, the game is really consistently like beautiful all the way through. But yeah, anyway, I was about to say, I hope Square Enix continues to work on this game somehow, whether it is performance or even with DLC content, because typically once they're done with the game and it's shipped out, they don't really touch the games after that. I know with 15 it's a different story, and they kept producing content for that game, but it's like, felt like they were doing that because they needed to just make money off 15 somehow, keep making money. But other than that, like, yeah, I hope CBU3 continues to work on the game, and we hopefully have a better performance option. Maybe they could honestly fix at least performance mode, but I would love to see 120 hertz with this game, like a 120 hertz option that, or at least utilizes that preset with that 40 FPS thing. But other than that, very solid game. Looking forward to FF mode. Very curious. I'm gonna create a whole separate video sort of critiquing it and see how it is. The gripes I have with this game, like the flaws with this game, is pretty much like just quest design and the gameplay loop. Everything else is good. But yeah, second half really good as well. I prefer the second half over first half. You know, it's just funny because some people on the internet were like, "Oh, the second half's horrible." I don't know what you guys played. Like, I was engaged in the second half more than the first half. I mean, first half was good though. It was good, but it got better for me the second half. So, but yeah, like I felt like you know, this game just had opportunities where it could have like done more in a way, but at the same time, it is what it is, and I'm very lucky that we have another Devil May Cry, because I feel like with the Devil May Cry gameplay, it's very niche and not a lot of games could do it right. So having this sort of game to do it right, special thanks to Kitase. Oh, Kitase! Shinji Hashimoto also is in here. Yo, Kotaro! What? I got distracted. I saw those names. I was like, oh, I know those goats. Oh, there is a post-credit. Alright. Oh. Wait, what are they gonna actually show? Oh, I see, the world's at peace. Nice to see it.
Every time.
Will you light it?
Yes, Mother. was on Eikon.
Eikon? Have you been reading that silly story again? Magic belongs in fairy tales, and fairy tales don't boil kettles. You see? Well done. Now, be a good lad, and play with your brother until supper.
Come on!
What's the timeline here?
Hurry.
They don't believe?
Right.
Another Torgal! Yeah, like, what's the timeline? Because they say they don't believe in magic? We just went through this whole arc with magic. Of discrimination.
Right.
Of literally...
Play the saint in the sector.
It was fate of
No, I don't want
dominance
to.
and all this sort of stuff.
What do you want to play then? What?
Final Fantasy, Joshua Rossfield. Oh, what? Oh, he wrote the book. Is he alive?
Did I get to be Ifrit?
He wrote the book.
My older brother. Because Bahamut says so.
Joshua lives. Wow, he wrote a whole book. But where one journey ends... Oh god. Falling Star. Great. Yep. Yeah, we did all the side quests. We could override it. There you go. New Game Plus is now available from the title screen. This option allows you to start a new game with player and item data carried over from a previous complete playthrough. The gameplay mode of Final Fantasy is now available for exclusively with New Game Plus. Increased enemy strength, increased player level up cap, new gear and items, mode exclusive content. Wait, there's new gear and items? How much new gear? I know there's the Ultima weapon, but I didn't... Oh, God. Oh, boy. We gotta grind this again. Okay. Anyway, I looked back at my video, and I was talking about how this is another Devil May Cry-like game, a DMC-like, and we don't have many of those. And why this is a great game, especially a special game to me, is that we don't usually have a lot of games that do this type of combat, and I would love to see more DMC like games. I like this was a whole different approach, you know, with DMC. As a DMC player, yeah, you know, obviously the combat does scream Devil May Cry, but the way things are sort of worked with or performed, it's so different with the like with DMC5, for example, or 4, you know. So like even like with 16, I feel like this combat is much more approachable than any DMC game, especially with 4 and 5, because even though there is a big skill gap in this game when it comes to knowing its combat, which is obviously doing combos and maintaining your chain of combos, but it's also the fact like how you gonna do these combos, how you're gonna combo in the air, how can you combo in the ground efficiently, and how you gonna do all these crazy things all at once within the time span before an enemy attacks you. Like there's all these certain things of like what you can consider a skill gap, you know, for this game with how big the combat system is. I feel like when it comes to 16, it's sort of similar with FF7R, where you just issue a command and the character does the work. It's much more approachable for any player than, again, like I said, compared to DMC 4 and 5, where in DMC 4 and 5, you really... I mean, I would also even include 3 as well, that you manually have to combo enemies. Like, there's much more button inputs in the DMC series than in 16. 16 kind of plays out like 7R in a way, to a certain extent. You still need to know how to approach enemies and know how to combo them properly, right? And it takes some time to like getting used to. But a lot of the moves that Clive does, what I notice is that I'm able to really go really crazy because I'm just issuing a lot of like commands with the icons ASAP, than compared to DMC, where you literally need to know these button combinations. DMC feels more of a fighting game. Same with 16 as well, to a certain degree, but it also has that Final Fantasy VII Remake command system where you just issue the command and they'll do it. Just like, for example, with Torgal, he immediately helps you juggle enemies as soon as you press one of his commands. When you tell Clive to do an air combo, he'll immediately do it with the Wicked Wheel. You know, things like that. So I feel like this is potentially also, this game is special because for those who are growing up currently, right, especially with gaming and experiencing Final Fantasy 16 for the first time, this could also be a gateway for more character action games for them, you know. So this genre means a lot to me. I love this sort of gameplay, and it's nice to see it in another game, another big franchise, especially when they're utilizing it right. And I know there's another big game coming out, Lost Souls aside, but I don't know when that ever is coming out. So, and I hope that plays out well. For the most part, it's nice to see these DMC likes. You know, so you get it, you know, with the Soul likes games and now with the DMC like games. So it's nice to see in this game, you know. And already I'm excited if they're gonna drop some DLC. I'm excited for that. Or I'm really excited for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I mean, like, we're really eating a lot from Square Enix, honestly. But like I said, I hope they don't really forget about these games, because once they were done with 3 and once they released the Remind DLC, they were like, alright, we're never going to touch the game ever again. Like, the best way to play Cage 3 is on the PC because they added so much different options for the game compared to Cage 3, where it's just like, they didn't really do a PS5 upgrade for Cage 3. So hopefully FF16 is not treated with that, and they do maybe DLC, or maybe they'll do a 120 Hz update for this game. I would love to see these things, so I could just keep replaying it, you know? I would love to see it. Solid game. I was very happy, and now I'm excited to play the Final Fantasy mode eventually. So comment down below how you guys feel about this whole Final Fantasy journey of yours. Love to hear it, and please let me know. I'm just very curious if you are new to the franchise or not, and I do want to hear your guys' opinions. And then if you're an old school fan, I would still love to hear your opinion of it. But anyway, any support of the channel is much appreciated. Remember to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. We cover tons of gaming content. So once I'm done with Final Fantasy mode, or maybe I'll make a little discussion in the middle of my Final Fantasy mode playthrough, I'm going to upload it, talk about it with you guys. So hopefully to see you in the next video. So peace off. Have a good day.